Alright, what's up guys? NinjaDeathStrike bringing you another Pokemon TCGO match. Still using the Hydreigon Darkrai deck because that's what I've got right now. And this is going to be a match against kind of an Eels deck, but not really. But the main reason I posted it is just to show you that just like before TCGO went down, as soon as we find out there's glitches, there will be people to have used them. So this asshole decided he's going to take full advantage of that with the Rescue Scarf. And for those of you who don't know, at least at the time of this recording, Rescue Scarf and Rescue Energy, when attached to Pokemon, if they're knocked out, they don't give up prizes. So he's going to try and use that. So I get off to a pretty solid start here. A bunch of energy and a Juniper. That's really nice. I lead with Sigilyph. I guess I could have put Darkrai out first, but I didn't want him to take additional extra damage that he didn't need to, so I thought I'd just go with Sigilyph first. Plus, if I can Dark Patch, I'm going to want to be able to do that, so looks like he went first, though. He's going to Pecom, get that shiny Rayquaza, which must be real nice for him to have, and bench that thing, throw a Rescue Scarf right onto it right off the bat. So at first I didn't know if he knew it was glitched or not, but turns out he does. So I guess he's thinking about what he wants to do here. Yep, there it is, Rescue Scarf. So as soon as I see it come down, I ask him about it in the chat, and he's basically like, yep, it's glitched. What are you going to do about it? So normally when I see people play Rescue Scarf, I just concede because it's not worth wasting my time. But it looks like his deck kind of sucks. I saw a Mareep, so I kind of just want to beat him because he's a dick. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, so there we go. Down in the chat, isn't Rescue Scarf glitched? Yep, it is. So that's cool, buddy. Actually attached to the Darkrai there. I would have been better off attaching to the Sigilyph because I can always Dark Patch to the Darkrai if I need to. But the Juniper turns out to be pretty freaking great. I get a couple of Dinos, or Dinos, I don't know how to say that thing's name, and a Sableye, so that's nice. Unfortunately, I can't really do a whole lot else, so I just throw him onto the bench. Catcher out the Mareep because I'm not scared of it at all, and just pass. So he's going to evolve some stuff here, and he's probably using the new Ampharos, I would assume, which actually has a pretty good Poke Power as long as it's active. Every time you attach an energy from your hand, you have to do 20 damage to the Pokemon you put it on. So it is actually really good if you can ever manage to get it out, but it's also stage 2, so makes it pretty hard. He goes for another Mareep here, and he's just loading energy onto the Rayquaza, so it looks like that's probably going to be his go-to guy, and I do need to be a little concerned about it. I mean, one, because it's got the Tool Scrapper, so knocking it out is not going to get me a prize, and two, because it's capable of one-shotting my Hydreigons. The two biggest weaknesses I've noticed with this deck is, one, it just doesn't set up and you die slowly and painfully. And the second one is, when it does set up, your Hydreigons are very easy to knock out. There's lots of other dragon types that can one-shot them, and that can really put a damper in your plans. So you need to shoot for 2 Hydreigons. If you can get 3 even, that's great. So I'm struggling to even get one up here. I do have a rare candy, but I don't have the other stuff I need, meaning I don't have Hydreigon. But I did get that Tool Scrapper. That makes me happy. I get to screw over his Rayquaza. And if you see down there in the chat, he's like, "What's wrong? Rayquaza got your tongue?" And I just stopped talking to him at this point because he's a dick. So, yeah, I'm going to Tool Scrapper, get rid of that Rescue Scarf. Since he plays 1, I'm assuming he plays more, because that's what they do. So I'm going to get the Tool Scrapper back just in case he tries any shenanigans with it again next turn. I don't know if I had an Ultra Ball in the discard or not. I probably could have gone for that instead to guarantee a Hydreigon next turn, but I was really worried about Rescue Scarf. So I opt to go for the Tool Scrapper instead. But here, I also grabbed that Dark Patch. That is going to let me get a Darkrai attacking this turn, which is good. You know, getting an active Darkrai fully charged and attacking really takes the pressure off of the Dinos, because they could catcher one and take a prize, but then they're just going to have to deal with this Darkrai smashing him in the face. And that's not going to be any fun. So I do manage to get my Hydreigon here, so I'm fully set up. I get my Eviolite too, so I'm looking good. I would like to have an Eviolite for the second Darkrai, but at least for now, I'm in control. I'm going to take a KO. I'm also going to put 30 onto that Rayquaza. That means that one more Night Spear will be enough to knock it out. Rayquaza has 120 hit points, which is really nice for Dark Spear math. And so that's good. It means I can hit it next turn and then hit something else and take it down. And another really great thing about this deck is that once you do get Hydreigon up, you can one-shot Zekrums. I'm sure most of you know Zekrom is really, really good against EXs, just because it hits for 100 damage, even with a Violite, so it can two-shot all of them and only gives up one prize in return. But luckily, Hydreigon can one-shot Zekrom. So you can use that option if you need to, and I've used it to win several games today. It's really strong play. So here I decide he had a Tool Scrapper of his own, but I draw into another Eviolite, which is great, and I have the Max Potion, so I'm just going to Dark Trans all of my energy off the injured Darkrai, send up the new Eviolited one, take out that piece of shit Rayquaza, and hit his eel for 30. So I'm looking really good now. I just wiped all of his energy off the board, took out probably the biggest threat he's going to be able to mount in this deck. The only thing that's going to be able to one-shot Hydreigon at least. And yeah, I'm in control. At this point, I can probably play the board pretty well. Getting end isn't going to hurt me that badly. I have most of the stuff I need on board here. And he actually chooses to sacrifice that Mareep instead of going into the Zekrom. I probably would have sent Zekrom up, but it doesn't really matter, because if he had sent Zekrom up, I just would have Dragon Blasted it. So, as I was saying, I get end here. I do draw a Juniper, which is great, but I didn't really need it. The only thing I lost was the Tool Scrapper, which might be problematic, but all in all, I'm still in pretty good shape, and end's not really going to phase me at all. So he promotes the eel, again sacrificing to protect his Zekrom, but I just go ahead and play the Juniper, and I hit pretty much the perfect hand here. I get a catcher and a Tool Scrapper, so that is perfect, just what I wanted. Since the eel already has 60 damage on it, I'm just going to go ahead and catcher out the Mareep. That's going to let me take 2 prizes, since I'll be able to hit the eel on the bench for 30, and that's going to put me down to 1 prize. So that's going to be the game. He can Bolt Strike me, but if he does, I'll kill him. There he plays another Rescue Scarf, even though, as I said, he knows that they're broken, and I actually would have won even if I had knocked that thing out, but I decided just to use Tool Scrapper because I could. And yeah, then I'm going to retreat into Hydreigon and Dragon Blast the hell out of him. So that's going to be the game. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you've run into a lot of cheaters so far. I haven't seen too many, actually. As I said, though, normally if I see Rescue Scarf, I just concede because I don't want to deal with it. But hopefully you guys haven't had too much of a problem with it. And that's going to be the match. Thumbs up if you liked the video, and I'll have more coming your way shortly. Thanks for watching, guys.